This natural process of self-discovery continued until the point when we realized that as the creators, we could create anything we dreamed about, given that our imagination is infinite. So we decided to create a planet capable of creating universes and storing all the historical memories of existence itself within it. That's how our species manufactured Earth. We came together and started to manifest the most capable and advanced technology to create the perfect environment for our biological bodies to inhabit it. And there is a visual representation of it. So this is exactly what we do, because we are the biological creators now, and we can just do anything that we want because we're unique in that way. We're the creators, recreating everything biologically now. What we decided to do is like, look, we understand biology and we don't really come from a planet. We didn't form naturally in a planet. We manifested ourselves as the creators biologically. So meaning we didn't really have a planet of our own where we form. Our planet, if you want to think in those terms, is the sun, because it's what created us. It's our energy. So the sun is like our planet, right? Think about it from that point of view. But because we're biological, and we wanted to experience much more that the energy that we came from, which is the infinite energy of suns and creation, we decided that we as biological species, we want to have a planet that is biological rather than an infinite energy source, which is where we came from. So what we decided to do in our infinite wisdom was to essentially, given that we didn't have a planet of our own as a biological species, we decided to create a planet of our own that we would call home. And because we know everything and we have access to everything as the creators, we decided to take the best knowledge of our infinity and create a planet that would meet the criteria of our biological life form. So that was the logic of it. So if you understand this concept, then you understand how simple it is if you're the creator and you can do anything that you want to create things. And because you know everything that exists and you know the capabilities of your biological life form that you just manifested as, you know what's best for your biological form. So you would create a planet that meets the criteria of who you are as a species. And because our nature as sons was to create universes, we decided that the fundamental axiom of the planet that we would call home would have to be a universe creator. So we can now create universes with the same energy that we harnessed from the sun that created us in the first place, which is the energy that we are. And with that energy, we recreate everything biologically with our technologies. So this is what we did. So our species, as we all manifested and we were almighty and powerful and all-knowing as the original ancestors of our species, because we are that, then we just started to come together and create and use our might, and we created planet Earth. This is how we created the core, and we created all the layers that I've been explaining to you in the previous videos of this book, which is volume 1, Sansons. And because this is who we are, then we just created a planet like planet Earth, which wasn't this one, it was one before this one, because this planet is not our first planet. This planet is just one of our infinite number of planets, okay, in a universe that we created with this planet. But our ancestors, the original humans, which is all of us, because we are everything that there is and would always be, created a planet much bigger than this one, much more incredible. In fact, that first planet that was created resembled the size of the planet resembled the size of the original central sun that created us in energy terms. Why? Because we wanted to be able to replicate things at a much larger scale biologically. So the sun that created us was gigantic, the central sun of everything that there was at the time in infinity. So we wanted to say, well, if we're going to create universes now, and that we know is the energy of the singularity that creates everything, then we're going to create a planet that is the exact same size as the sun that created us. Because then we can use that as a foundation to create universes that are much bigger than the one that created us, right? because we can harness more energy and create bigger universes than the one that will come from originally, the first universe that created us, right? As being the first species. And that's what we did. So we created this incredible planet, and the process was very similar to the one that I've been describing about in this book, but it was at a much bigger scale. And we did that. And that was an infinite number of cycles ago, and we created that planet that met all our requirements, and we were just creating universes. And as we started to create universes and orbiting the central suns of those universes with our central planet, we decided that because we're infinite, we started to propagate and diffuse, and the diffusion. And the way you do that is by, creating infinitely. So each human started to create their own planets and groups, as family groups and as, societies, because we're social, we're biological. So we started to group ourselves in different, things that we were different interests. So as a result of that infinite process, each of us as the foundation, though, creating universes with our planets. And one of those groups was this planet that created this planet with these conditions that we live under right now, which is the conditions of the landscape that you see right now, and this sun in this universe, and everything that is part of this life that I have lived so far on this planet, which is one of the planets that came many cycles after, many cycles after the original planets. And all these planets, they all exist, everything exists, but in this universe where we are, this is the planet where we are right now, which is part of this infinite fleet, the Republic of Planet Earth. And because our planet is called Earth, this is where I'm at this planet, which we all are citizens of, right? This is our planet. So you see, this is how it started. So that's the nature of our reality and our history, heritage and legacy.